for me, my personality is very, I want to do it all, and I want to do it all well, and I don't want to let the ball drop. And so I look at the system and I think, oh man, I don't know how to do all that stuff right now and do it all well, and also handle all these things that are happening over here. And so it's almost like I don't know how to just like try to do one thing at a time. I want to do it all or nothing. And so I've been having a hard time with, even just the system, because I'm feeling so many things are happening over here.
Okay. So I'm going to talk weird psychology, and then I'll bring it back into practicality. Okay. So what I want to share with you, and then I want to share with everybody here too, and I want you guys to hear this, see if this lands. And I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to go quiet for a second and see if it lands. And then I want you to ask any questions around that. And then I'm going to bring it into practicality. It's never the situation. It's always your thoughts about the situation. The thoughts about the situation are what creates all the suffering. So let me give you an example. You lose a loan. Okay. Losing a loan in the grand scheme of things doesn't have, it's neutral. It's part of the is of the business. If you're going to be a high producing mortgage loan officer, you're going to lose loans. You're going to lose referral partners, and you're going to lose, you're going to have friends that are going to go with other people. You're going to have, rates are going to go up, and they're going to be at a party that weekend, and there's going to be a loan officer that can get them a quarter better, and they're going to lock with them on Monday. That's the is of the business. That's what happens in the business. Our thoughts about that situation is what creates our suffering. Oh my God, how am I going to pay my mortgage now? That jerk, do you know how much work I did for that person? I cannot believe that she did that after all of this. Those are thoughts about a situation. So, and then you can say, well, dude, how does that matter to Hill Beans to this conversation right now? Here's the truth, is what Kristen was just speaking about is the situation. She was getting herself into a loop, right? And you saw her, she was starting to speed up. She was getting a little panicky talking about it. I have 6 loans. I'm new. I don't know how to do this. And so then it was her thoughts about that situation. Well, here's what the situation is, Kristen. And then this is why I want you to help on the mindset too. The situation is you're new. You are doing fantastic.
Thank you.
The is of the business is it's probably 12 to 18 months. And the truth is it's probably closer to 18 months that you'll feel totally comfortable being able to riff off guidelines and putting loans in Encompass and all that stuff. That's the truth. So the is when you start in the loan officer business is you have to learn a lot too. So there's a steep learning curve. That's what's going to happen. The part that will cause you suffering is your thoughts around that and the panicking and all of that. I give you so much credit for being new and saying, I want to be in coaching so you can start hearing this stuff, because I was saying already, you can get isolated in this business. Even if you look like you're in an office, but even if you're in an office, you can get isolated. And every new person feels somewhat isolated because the manager's been doing it for 10 years and they don't have time for the new person to explain everything. They've forgotten how tough it is to be new. And so now you're feeling like you need to clam on to somebody because you're panicking about it, right? And because you're experiencing anxiety and that person's experiencing you like, what are you doing? Stop freaking out, right? And so it's tough. And but that's the business. So you can take a lot of pressure off yourself. And you can say, I'm new. I'm doing fantastic. Really spend some time on your mind, giving yourself a lot of grace.
Yeah.
Because the only thing, ready for this, Kristen? The only thing that will hold you back from killing it is if your mind gets into that super panicky place and then you say, I can't, this is just too overwhelming. I can't do it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But the too overwhelming part is only your thoughts about the situation.